Carlos and Ryan, and we know that you're dying to hear what we have to say today. I say we hear what we have to say today. It's the blank. Fill it in. Fill it in. Fill it in. Yeah.
Go.
Young world. What is good? It is Carlos.
And this is Ryan.
And this is The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Cheers, everybody. Woo!
Oh yeah, happy Thursday, man. Cameras are a little weird today, but
it's all good. It's all good, baby.
But happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes.
Welcome to another episode with The Blank with Carlos and Ryan.
Yes,
We
sir.
appreciate you being here. Today's gonna be an interesting episode, and we're definitely gonna get into it. But I'm excited.
It's gonna be funny.
I don't know. It'll be like decently funny, or at least we'll bring up like some good topics and stuff like that. But as Canadian citizens, we have to go over it. I think personally.
Yeah, makes sense. It makes sense. It only just makes sense. Makes sense.
Well, first off,
Yes.
how was your day, Carlos?
It was all right. Got a long weekend myself because I did a weekend shift this past weekend. But now this weekend coming up, I have the weekend off. So now I'm on a weekend. So no weekend, a long weekend for me.
Weekend.
Yeah, let's go to the weekend. Shout out to the weekend. Yeah. What about you? How's your day?
It was good. I took the day off actually as well.
Mm.
I faked sick and threw up. I'm just playing, man. We're gonna cut that out.
It was like, Jesus Christ. You are still employed.
But no, man. I just had some stuff to do, but it was
Yeah.
good. I was gonna bring it up in the recent news, but one of my biggest things growing up, and Carlos knows this because Carlos has known me since I went through that phase, but for those gamers out there, Diablo 2 Resurrected came out today at 11 Eastern AM. And for those who know me and those who've hung out with me throughout high school and grade school, the thousands and thousands of hours that I probably spent on that game, not hanging out with these guys, they definitely know. But go check that out if you are excited, because I'm excited. I spent some of my day playing it with some other interesting stuff going on, but I'm not gonna talk about that. But but yeah, that's my recent event, man. Diablo 2, go check that out. It's fucking hell.
Well,
Dope
yeah.
as hell.
That being said, Ryan was very excited for Diablo 2 for quite some time. Again, like you mentioned, played it a lot in high school. With the whole not hanging out with us and focusing on the game. But now they remade it, and it's now for the newer systems, your PlayStation 5s, your Xbox Ones, PC, obviously. But that being said, everyone, with today's episode, we wish to hope you enjoy our final one, because I'm probably never going to see this guy again. And that's it. And that's what Diablo is going to do to us. It's going to cause a friction in our relationship. We're going to say, hey, when's the next episode? It's like, hey, bro, I just got to the next level. I'm trying to beat these motherfuckers up, and the podcast is getting in my way. I'm done. Oh shit. Hey, how's your girlfriend doing? I don't know. I fucking had to get a little bit of that shit. She was getting in my way. Diablo Resurrection coming up. What's going on? How's work? I don't know.
I don't know, motherfucker. I quit that shit.
Quit that shit. It's getting in my way. I mean, like, I'm not. I'm not gonna level up by myself. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be doing this. I can't be depending on my job and shit. So yeah, that's what that's what I'm forecasting. What's gonna happen?
So today's pretty much the last episode.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoy it. We hope you just you just take this in as the final one. So
The greatest thing about this is that Carlos is going solo. So definitely look out for that.
oh boy, it'll just be weird. It's just me sitting here like, so like, I just take my shirt off and just get naked, and I'm just. All right. I know you two are probably not gonna allow me for the next one, but whatever. Yeah, but yeah, we'll see where the future goes in the meanwhile. Let's see what else happened in recent events. Did we talk about Lil Nas X album coming out?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I didn't know he had an album coming out.
Yeah, it came out last week.
It came out. Oh shit. Oh, no pun intended.
Wow.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Give you that. Wow. That was pretty good.
No offense to Lil Nas X, man. I like you as a dude.
All right. That was funny. I will give you that. That was funny. Oh Jesus. Yeah, Montero is the name of the album. I saw one of the videos this past week.
One of the videos for the song.
For one of the songs, yeah.
Is it like a big single off the song?
I don't know. It got a lot of views. I don't know if it's a big single. I hasn't really been paying attention to Lil Nas X like that, really. But, that video gets intense with the making out session, man. Like, it's like, holy shit.
Damn.
Like, we're talking like, they're both on the football team. Hot, 222. And then Nas X gets injured. I mean, not to be, if anyone on the team were to get injured, I think, come on.
Saying Nas X can't play football.
He's a motherfucking. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I don't know. But no, he was playing football. He got injured. He went to the back. He was cleaning out his locker. And then one of his other teammates came in. Okay, good game, dude. Oh, good game. Nice dick. Whoa. And then he's like, thank you.
Wait, that's actually what happened in the video?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's my commentary during the thing. But
it was a normal video.
It was a normal video. There was no making out whatsoever. But no, in all seriousness, no. Like they both came back to the thing and they started making out like crazy. Like we're talking like tonguing and like licking of the necks and shit.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. Dude, it got intense. They got like a little quick product placement for Durex condoms in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Safe sex, regardless of your sexual orientation, is
Definitely
very important. So keep that in mind.
That is very liberal of mainstream media nowadays. I wonder what the conservatives would think.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. You had the hit for the first part, all right? You're getting it.
I gotta try something.
Oh my god. Vaccine passports came out this week.
Vaccine passports? As of yesterday.
Yeah.
So September 22nd, for those who aren't in Ontario, shout out to South Korea.
Korea.
But vaccine passports, man. You now are required to have a proof of your double dose vaccine if you're rolling in, what is it, Carlos?
Restaurants. Gyms, bars. Yeah.
Theaters.
Double Oh, theaters is correct. Yes.
What about clubs?
Nightclubs wasn't like
nightclub
was one of them. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, but there is a full list you can find somewhere. But yes, those are the select few. It's the ones that we go to, so that we are affected with. But yes, if you are double vaxxed up on a Thursday afternoon, then get your passport set in. I don't know how it's gonna work because there's not the actual copy yet, so they just want you to use your second receipt for now.
Because we have a couple of friends that already had like some sort of Apple QR code. I don't know how that works.
Well, I think they had like a second rate company go with them.
Okay.
And then in like a few weeks, I think the Ontario government's going to have their own. So that's how it'll go. How do you feel about the vaccine passport situation?
I think it's definitely something that is iffy. Like I'm very on the fence about it because
Yeah.
I definitely understand like yeah, it's a little
Safety
bit of like
first.
an invasion.
Yes.
I was gonna get this. I was gonna leave safety because I think I like lean a little bit more towards that, but
Mm,
definitely an invasion of like public information, no matter how much the government says that they're gonna, not have that information leaked. Um, almost treating unvaccinated people because it is your choice at the end of the day as like
yeah.
almost not second class citizens, but just you aren't allowed to do certain things. Um, it is kind of messed up. I'll be perfectly honest with you. It is a little bit weird. Um, and I saw this YouTube like joke the other day where it was kind of like, oh, like show me your vaccine passport. And then what I think it was like an anti-vaxxer dude that posted it, but he was kind of like, oh, well, now 10 years down the line, oh, show me your booster for COVID, and like show me your second booster for COVID, and then like show me your H1N1 fucking shot for fucking bird flu and all that kind of shit. And then it just rolls into this whole thing where it's like now we have to start rolling around with those public school little, remember back in public school?
Mm.
So like for those who don't
Anti-vaxxers are
fucking
not
know,
funny.
you already had a vaccine passport just to go into public school, motherfucker.
Oh.
But
Oh.
it is kind of weird now.
Mm.
That's all I gotta say.
Anti-vaxxers are not very funny.
But
Yeah.
sorry to,
No, no.
but overall, I do agree with them. I think they do keep society safe in general.
Mhm.
And like we said, we've already promoted the way that we feel about vaccines, so definitely go get vaccinated. Get to party with us. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a bit iffy for me as well. I get the safety of it. You obviously they want the numbers not to go as high. At the same time, invasion of the privacy, like you said. I mean, the anti-vaxxers are having a field day with this one,
Definitely.
feeling rebellious, going into I understand, they want their freedom to, go wherever they feel wherever they want to go because they have the right to do so. At the same time, you have to understand that, with these anti-vaxxers going into these businesses that require it, you do risk I mean, you were so supportive of keeping these businesses open due to COVID, the pandemic, but yet, you're trying so hard to, go in to prove a point, but at the same time, you are risking closure of these businesses.
I
So,
didn't
I
even
mean,
think about that.
yeah, it's
That's
just
a
like,
great fucking
it's
point.
just like, what are you doing, Brent? You guys are just like, I don't know. It's just you try to so hard to prove your point about, COVID is. I don't even know. Do they think COVID is like a hoax or something?
I think so.
Yeah, and they feel
I would think deep
that,
down.
but it's like, I mean, clearly there have been multiple signs that COVID is very much real and people have died. From you trying to prove that it's a hoax by closing down these businesses, protesting outside a fucking hospital. What the fuck was that all about? That was so ridiculous. Like out of
Agreed.
all the places, like you could have protested, dude, there's people in ICUs, people visiting their families, wishing, seeing them for the last time before they pull the plug and shit. The last thing they need is you people screaming outside, "Oh, COVID is a hoax. Fuck this shit." Like, come on, guys. Like, there's such things as, doing things, that make sense and doing things that freaking doing things that would professionally and with courtesy yeah, I am like stumbling my words here. Shout out to Moosehead. Shout out to Moosehead
Shout out to
for
Moosehead,
the
actually.
fuck up my words and shit. Ah. But yeah, like, come on, protesting out of hospitals, never okay, never a good idea. Let the doctors do their thing, let the nurses do their thing, let the families be with each other. Finally, we're finally back from, not back, I'd say, like we still obviously have rules, but I mean, like people can, I assume, can still go visit, family in pandemic. We're finally allowed to, touch people again and hug people. So let these families have their moments, for God's sake. It makes no damn sense. That's all I gotta say on that matter.
Agreed. I didn't even think about that point, how like I think that there was a Toronto pizzeria that recently closed down their indoor dining
That's
because they
right.
didn't want to have to deal with
Deal with
anti-vaxxers
anti-vaxxers.
coming in.
Which is a horrible,
Yeah,
such a sad,
terrible
reason.
thing.
Yeah,
Because I would assume that some revenue or like some profit from that pizzeria is based off of indoor dining. And then now you're forcing, like you said, these small businesses that you wanted to keep open this whole time are used as an excuse or evidence to say like lockdowns don't work. You're fucking it up for people. And then now you're forcing certain individuals like that pizzeria within Toronto that happen to close down because you have anti-vaxxers harassing the businesses for not letting them in
fear,
or following fucking the government's legislation by just fucking enforcing the vaccines. It's like you're literally nuts. You're going against what your word is. Like, it's mad hypocritical. And I know that human beings, we are hypocritical in nature, but it's a really, really fucked up situation where it's like safety first. You know, like, I hate to say it, but like, fuck your freedoms, man. Like, honestly. And that's true. That's how I believe. It's like, because it's like, man, I get it, but there's a bigger picture, bigger than you. And I get that everyone's kind of like internally thinking about themselves and like their own rights and like that kind of stuff. And like, but there's something bigger here than you. And I want these people to understand that. But that's just me.
Yeah.
So
what can you do?
We might say anything.
Anti-vaxxers. Yeah.
But if you do plan on coming out with us, then get your vax. We'll go out. It'll be a grand old time. Because all I have to show is this PDF document that I got from the government and allows me to go any fucking where that I want. And me and Carlos, we both got the vax. And how long has it been? We've probably been both double vaxxed up for like what?
God, when did I get my vax?
2 months? At least more longer than that. 3 months?
Much longer than for me, for sure. I got mine in like, oh God, when did
I think mine was in August.
I think
yours was earlier than mine.
Was it?
But we've been double vaxxed.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. And we're fine.
Yeah. We're okay.
Like,
we are live in person.
I'm not getting paid by Pfizer. I'm not getting paid by
We fucking wish.
Moderna.
Yeah.
Pay me though.
Yeah, we're here. We need the equipment. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to, get our money up to. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh shit.
We've had.
But yeah, we're trying to, we're trying to up our game and shit. Help us. Help us help you. That's all. Yeah. I don't think I have anything in the recent news. Anything for you?
I was gonna say.
The
Colts were 0-2.
Oh my God.
That's all I want to say.
Jesus Christ.
We're 0-2. That's all I gotta say.
Why is that something you have to announce? That's not really something to.
Because I'm fucking pissed.
All right,
but I'm just kidding. But go Colts.
Were you close?
Close to what?
The winning that last.
Oh yeah, the second game we were almost. Yeah, we lost by a field goal.
Ooh.
Pretty much. Frank Wright, man.
That's unfortunate.
Frank Wright.
Hey, it is what it is, sir. You win some, you lose some, pal. And speaking of winning some and losing some, we're going into our topic this week, which is politics. That's all this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Yeah. So we're going into politics for the Canadian country, if that is Canada. It was just this week, no?
September 20th. Yes, so 3 days ago.
Oh,
3 days ago.
Yeah.
The federal election. Trudeau decided to hold a federal election, which was costed the taxpayers money.
$600 million
by anyway, and then just to hear that again, $600 million of your
tax
assuming that
money.
The people that are listening, you pay your taxes, because maybe some of you don't. But in this case, $600 million.
Write out that?
I'm just saying,
we don't care if you don't pay your taxes. So long as you listen to us in the meantime, we won't judge you because we love our fans. Taxpayers are not.
But $600 million,
It's
can you believe
quite
that?
a chunk of change.
Like,
That's quite a chunk of change.
so just to stay on the 600 million for a second.
Yeah.
What do you think we could have done with $600 million?
Like what I've done personally, or what the country?
Yeah, well, what the country and what you would have done with $600
Shit,
million.
with $600 million, I'd fucking move out the hood. You know what I'm saying? Get my money, get my family right. You know what I mean? Start up a few businesses, buy a few condos in downtown Toronto, rent it out. You know, make some money from that. Shit, start a record label.
Oh shit!
Oh fuck yeah!
What?
And no, it's not gonna be hip hop neither. I'm only gonna get pop artists, so strictly blonde white chicks. And you know,
T Swift.
yeah, exactly. Looking for the next Taylor Swift. Pink. Remember Pink?
Yeah,
Remember
goddamn.
Pink? Yeah,
I'm
Pink
looking for the
was-
next JoJo.
JoJo is hot.
She was a great singer.
Fantastic singer. And,
Great underrated singer. For
Oh.
those who are listening who don't know JoJo, definitely go look her stuff
and
up.
she's
What was that one?
hot.
What's her biggest tune? And then we should
Get
probably-
out
Yeah, exactly.
right now.
I probably should have
Get
saved
out.
that for the recommendations at the end of this episode.
Well,
but,
recommend it right now. You have the time.
but yeah, sorry, 600 million.
Yeah, you interrupting my fucking.
Sorry.
And you know, I'll find strictly pop artists. You know, I'll range it too because I want to have a wide range audience, so I'll range it for my. So I'll find me some Disney Channel chicks. So I'll find chicks that are range from 10 to 12. So I'll find me a good singer there and have an audience for that chick. Make her go on tour. You know, have her own Disney Channel show. Go from there. Make money from that. Then I'll have me the 18 plus chick. So then she'll be like a freaking like the Sextina. Remember when Christina Aguilera went Sextina wide? That worked out for her well. She did good.
What about Selena, man? She ended up dying. I'm sorry. That was really
Why
sad.
Why the fuck? Why the fuck would you want to go and ruin my dream like that?
Sorry, go
How
ahead.
is he- Wow, that got
I
so
actually
done.
I watched the movie Selena recently, so that's why I was thinking about it. But sorry,
That was the very first movie I ever cried to, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah, Selena.
I get
Very first movie.
I get
Because I didn't know it was a real story. Because I was only a kid when I watched it. So I'm watching it, I was like, damn, this is really sad. And then it wasn't until the credits came on, I was like, wait, who's this? Oh, she was real. And then I just started crying. I'm like, God damn. Do you remember how she died?
She got shot, I think, by her biggest fan.
It was it was
like a
her,
super
her
fan or
fan
something.
club member.
Yeah,
The
fan club owner
manager.
or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Got shot up. You know what I mean? Did the whole
That's super sad.
got into an argument I love how you say it's super sad and then you proceed to ladies and gentlemen, for
Because
a
you
little
say
bit
you're
of
doing this.
Stop. No. Stop.
And for those who are
Stop.
listening
Stop.
on radio, Carl's is throwing up gun
Radio.
signs or like podcast life.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
not coherent today.
Earlier today, Ryan was talking about how he did somebody wrong, and when he was younger, and then he just goes, "Oh, I did that guy wrong. I feel so bad." He proceeds, and he just laughs about it. Like, I mean, like, do you really feel guilty, or do you really feel bad about Selena dying, or do you just like?
I'd be a terrible politician.
You probably watch this movie today. You're just like, what a funny, oh man, what a terrible ending.
God.
But yes, freaking Selena got into an argument with the fan club manager. The manager pulls out the gun, boom, 150 headshot to the head. No kill streak because it was only the one person, right? And then she goes to the car, and then we lost a legend in the making because it was only, I believe, one album.
Rest in peace, Selena.
Rest in peace. But where were we? We talked about
600 million.
Right. What we were gonna do with the 600 million. But yeah, find me some chicks, pop star them up, and then make that money from that. Because I don't know if that's a gold mine. Because this pop game is pretty rough right now. I don't know how artists work, but I'll figure it out. Maybe find me the new Drake, or even maybe find me the new Lil Nas X. Hell, have me 18 plus music videos for that shit. Go really, really, or have me for the first ever non-binary pop artist. That would be
That would be
something
huge.
That would be huge. And then they can sing, that would be wicked. So that's probably what I do with my money. What about you? What would you do with $600 million?
So, just as a premise in relation to politics, I was asking Carlos, what would he do with 600 million for the country? And then Carlos proceeded to go and talk about, but I guess
No,
if you
fuck this guy. No, what is this? What has this country done for me? Oh, no, I'm kidding. I don't know what can I do with 600 million for the
I
whole
don't know. Like, I guess 600 million is a lot of
It
money.
is
that
quite
you
a
could
bit.
you could probably pump back into the
Like if it was
economy.
all in front of me right then and there, I truly don't even know what I do with it for myself or for I don't even know where to start.
Like, one of the things that Trudeau's getting a lot of heat about, and
Mm.
our Prime Minister Trudeau, I'm not gonna take it away from him.
Hail.
He, he said he wasn't gonna hold an election during the pandemic,
He promised.
and from my understanding, we're still in a pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
But he
We
held one
definitely are.
anyway.
He did it.
And I definitely think that $600 million could have went towards something probably better to either help people who are affected by the pandemic,
Mm.
something along those lines. But like, this was such like a piss, whoever can piss the farthest contest kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I feel like in
Like-
Canada, that's basically it. Like if you watch the debates, that they're literally just
Oh, yeah.
shitting on each other. The Green Party chick just like, oh, I don't think the Trudeau is a feminist.
It's like, what?
Yeah, okay, what does that have to do with how I'm gonna pay my fucking?
Yeah.
How am I gonna afford a house here? Like, what's going on?
You got senior citizens
You know what I
dying
mean?
from COVID
Dying
and
from
in the
COVID,
ICU.
and
It's like,
what they're worried about is who's a feminist and fucking, how he was blackface, which was, I guess, bad.
was that brought up in the debate?
I don't know if it was this one.
That
It
would've
definitely
been
was last time.
fucked
It
up.
was a very big topic in the last election.
Damn.
A huge. That was a bit. I think like most of it was just shitting on Trudeau because of a whole blackface situation.
Carlos, please explain to our audience what happened. with
These
blackface.
motherfuckers know. This motherfucker, well, back in not even high school, he was literally our age at this time, was freaking blackface at a Halloween party, and he wasn't even black for the costume. He was an Indian guy.
No sense.
And then, mind you, it wasn't a one-time incident. He did this multiple times.
Was it multiple times?
Multiple times.
That's crazy.
And also, mind you, don't be like, oh, he was just a kid. Oh, he didn't know what he was doing. He was only young. His father was the prime minister of the country before him. One of the most popular prime ministers the country's ever had. Like, we're talking
We have
Beatlemania-esque.
We have Pierre Trudeau. We have schools named after this.
Yeah.
Couple
One
of
of
them, I
the
think.
a few. One of the most popular prime ministers this country. Arguably one of the best prime ministers this country's ever had. And this guy feels that he's so entitled to go and do whatever the hell he wants, with the drinking and the blackface.
Yeah, that blackface is fucked up.
That was not good. Not a good
That's
look.
fucked up.
But he still got the vote. I guess it was the People Party voters that were just like, oh, hold on, wait a minute now. I mean, our People Party's guy, he's good, but he didn't dress up as a black man before, so I think I'm gonna go with Trudeau, But hey, it is what it is. Trudeau got the win. You know what bothers me about Trudeau?
What about?
He seems so like robotic. Like it doesn't seem like it's naturally him speaking.
I feel like
seems
that's
so
like all
forced.
of the politicians.
Yeah, but
though.
with him, it's so noticeable. It kind of really bothers me.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I see, like don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. Like I feel most of them obviously have like scripts written from other people and shit. But with him, it's so like you can tell like it is not natural with him whatsoever. Like he truly does not mean what the hell he's saying. We need to find a way to, and then it's really strange. I don't. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I didn't like it. Like with other people. Like I understand they may have been faking it, but you can tell there was a bit of effort in there in the way they're saying it. But with him, it was just
We have a plan for climate
yeah.
change. Like ours was
We
considered A plus by the environmentalists, and the NDP's
yeah.
was considered a D.
A D, and the conservatives an F, an
Yeah.
absolute F.
Or
Oh, you
something
know
like
where the
that.
liberals went? A plus plus, because that's what we need. Like this guy did not talk like that when he was in school and shit. Oh, I learned a fun fact. You know who used to bully him when he was a kid? Chandler from Friends.
They went to the same
Yeah,
school?
they went to school together.
What the hell?
Yeah,
It's the
random
weirdest fact
Yeah,
I've
he went to
never
school.
even
Yeah,
thought of
yeah,
that they come together
yeah,
in
yeah,
any kind of case.
yeah. Chandler from Friends used to bully him when they were kids.
But he
Now,
was like a hardcore drug addict, wasn't he?
He did. I don't know if he did. Did he do? I guess.
Or
he
like
did drugs.
alcoholic or
He
something
was
like
he was
that?
an alcoholic. He had like during the show he had like a bit of weight gain and loss. They could tell like I don't. I guess it had to do with drugs. But I mean he's getting money now from the show. I think each member of the show gets like almost like 20 million a year just from the Friends show alone.
It's wild.
Yeah. Like the company itself makes like $1 billion in revenue each year from the show alone. So they're doing okay.
You know, you can change a whole country with $20 billion,
$20
probably.
billion, yeah. But
God, man. Yeah. So to get back to the election
Yeah.
was just a lot of people definitely disagreed with it. I get where Trudeau came out of nowhere and was like, you know what, people want to know where the future is going with Canada's decision making in relation to getting ourselves out of this like heck hole that we're gonna get into after the.
Is that what you call it? A heck hole?
Yeah.
That's such a Canadian thing to do.
I'm Canadian, man.
Heck hole.
But in this case, it's really being like Trudeau was like, you know, I'm going to give the opportunity to be able to the society to pick and choose exactly who's going to be the leader to lead us out of what I got us into. But in this case, that's pretty much what happened with the election. So in our previous episode, we did happen to kind of come out and say vote, and I hope that all of the listeners that are listening, I hope that you all got to go out and vote because
it
is
your
important.
Voice heard.
It definitely is important, and we still run into a lot of society that happens to feel like, you know, voting isn't important. They don't feel like their votes are counted or anything like that, but it definitely is. I voted. Carlos voted. It is something that is necessary for you to be able to kind of input some sort of change into your society, even though we still ended up with the same prime minister. I'm not even gonna front. It was such a shock to me because I really thought the Conservatives were gonna pull it off.
You know what?
I thought they were gonna pull it off.
It was like really close too. So I'm like, all right, Conservatives, let's go.
It was.
I guess it's not a secret. I voted Conservative. I just wasn't a fan of what Trudeau was doing. I didn't believe him. Not that I don't hate the guy. I mean, I guess he did, you know, some things for the country, but I think it was time for a change. But yeah, I guess the Liberals, for some reason, I guess they pulled through. And yeah, I thought Conservatives were really gonna win it. I thought O'Toole was doing his thing, you know. But yeah, who knew? You know, I didn't see it coming. Yeah, I mean, it was neck and neck when I seen it. At one point, I believe they were winning.
Yeah, it was like 30. They had like 30% of the vote in Canada,
right?
In comparison,
right? But yeah, I guess they got the vote, and I don't know. And yeah, because I mean, like Trudeau had a bit of sketchy shit going on with him, you know, with the whole We Day thing. That was sketchy AF. But hey,
I'm honestly surprised that some of the politicians that we happen to elect into power get away with some of these fucking scandals.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh,
and for those who weren't part of this conversation, Carlos and I had a conversation before the episode just to prep, and we were talking about scandals and like the Monica Lewinsky, and I'm sure that Carlos has way more knowledge on that than I do.
All right.
But all of the stuff that these guys happen to go through, we still elect them into power
Yeah.
some sort of how, some sort of way.
Uh-huh.
But Carlos, what do you think on scandals in relation to
Dude,
people in power?
Dude, here's what I think it is. Politics to me right now is it's basically a big reality show. We are not pulling for what they're doing for the country. We're more so pulling for the character themselves. So when we look at a guy like Donald Trump, he's a freaking, on paper, dude's
Dude's a maniac.
absolute narcissist who freaking only truly cares about. I truly feel this way, but
Dude is a
I
maniac.
don't think he's a racist. I think he truly is a narcissist who truly does not care for anyone but himself. And the only reason why he may not like black people is because he just does not see himself in them. If there was a very rich and successful black person, he would probably, he would, see himself in that aspect. Be like, oh, hey, you're all right. You're kind of like me. So let's get together and do some Republican shit. Or scissoring. I don't know what Republicans do in their spare time.
Shit.
Yeah, whatever. So yeah, but a guy like that, he obviously he's a moron. He's not, he doesn't have a lot of intelligence with him. But the reason I feel he got elected was he made for good TV.
Yes.
He was the debates. It was funny, and that's what viewers like. They were like, oh, you know what? I don't know if he's going to do much for the country, but it'll be funny to see him in the White House. And they did it. They actually did it. Was I shocked? No. Should I have been? 100%. A guy like that in the White House? What the fuck?
That was a scandal in itself.
100%.
All of that, and I hate to bring it to or compare it to American politics.
Why?
American politics and Canadian politics, because we're like brother, sister countries, and we're like, pretty much,
I guess.
And it affects us in a certain way. And we have so many Canadians that have certain opinions on American politics. But they don't care about their own country's politics, which is funny. Side conversation. But it's wild to see somebody like Trump, fucking you're fired, Trump.
Yeah.
Get elected for one of the most strongest countries in the world.
Miss America, Trump.
Grab her by the pussy, Trump.
Grab her by the pussy.
Like that.
He said this while running for president. What the hell?
And these guys still elected him.
Yeah.
The scandals, the absolute fucking atrocities, the craziness that these guys happen to do is absolutely wild.
How does one grab one by the pussy?
I don't know. That's an X-rated podcast that we have to get into.
Holy.
Bump some Genuine in the back.
God.
What the
Jesus.
But in this case, yeah,
scandals, baby. It just makes for good TV. That's what we want to see more and more. I know with the Bill Clinton and Monica and Lewinsky situation. They even have a show called Impeachment: American Crime Story. It's on TV. Check it out. Good shit. But basically, so Monica Lewinsky was an intern at the White House, and she was just being introduced to the president. President checked her out, was like, all right.
She was an intern.
She was an intern for the White House at the time.
I didn't know that.
And he looked at her like, all right, how you doing? How you doing there? My name is Bill, but you can call me Mr. President. And then she's like, hey, I'm Monica. How you doing? I'm all right. Listen, here's what's going to happen. You and me are going to go back to the Oval Office, and then I'm just going to do a little thing where I'm just going to grab you by the pussy. A friend of mine, Donald Trump, taught me that maneuver, and we're just going to do our little thingy thing. And then,
next thing you know, there's the Monica Lewinsky fucking scandal.
Getting BJs, and this is very true. While on the phone with Senate in the Oval Office, freaking Lewinsky would perform blowjobs on him, and he would just sit there. That's crazy. That's
crazy.
Wild. Well, imagine being there for that. Huh. Oh, so what we're gonna do is I want to go to New York, I want to go to New Jersey, and then I want to go to and then we're gonna go to New Hampshire and then Mississippi. That's wild.
That was a great.
Oh,
He deserved. That
oh,
was beautiful.
oh. But yeah, dude, freaking that got insane. So let's get the rundown as to how they got caught. So basically, they broke up before Bill wanted it to end. He felt bad
Oh,
because
he's the one who broke
he
up.
ended it.
Oh, interesting.
He's like, oh yeah,
I didn't know that.
I don't want it to. Well, I mean, because my wife and and then I just had a daughter. I don't want to do this shit no more. And then so he decided to end it. But before that, Monica was working with a friend. Her name was Linda Tripp. She told Linda everything as to what happened, how many times they had sex, every encounter they had, so on and so forth. Linda was just like, all right, you know what? Fuck this. I need to tell somebody. So she goes to a reporter, knowing full well that they're gonna, she's gonna make a ton of money from this because this is a gold mine of a story, knowing full well she's betraying her friend. And she basically told the reporter everything. And then the reports broke out. They listed Monica's name in the reports, Bill in the report, and they just freaking went in on this shit.
Wow.
And they had they provided the details and the whole shit to the world. And Monica's life was like ruined for like years.
So the only reason why they got caught was because Monica told her friend, and her friend snitched to the media.
Yes.
That is wild.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And then, and they went into a room. So the Secret Service went into a room with Monica and Linda. Monica did not know this was leaked, who leaked it out at this time. And when they went into the room, the Secret Service told her it was Linda. And Monica just stared her down. Just said, how could you do this to me? And Linda felt, no ways.
This fucking bitch.
She's dead.
Still.
Oh.
Yeah, snitching on your friends, man. That's some fucking.
That is a dick. She trusted you.
You can't be snitching, man. You already know how that is.
Even if it's cheating, though. You're the second. That's a dick move still.
But in this case, it was snitching. It's to gain
money. Yeah.
And like popularity. Yes.
That's a dick
it wasn't like
itself.
To save.
Right.
Like if was it Linda Tripp?
Linda Tripp.
So Linda Tripp, if she was friends with Bill Clinton's wife, Hillary Clinton, then
yes.
Okay.
Right.
I get it.
Right.
You're trying to save your homegirl.
Right.
Dude's a terrible dude.
Right.
But in this case, that's not the case.
You did it for
that
money.
Is not the case.
No, not at all.
She did it for money.
Yeah.
You're a snitch.
Yeah.
And the worst type of friend.
Yeah.
But may you rest in peace.
And thank you for those kind words, Linda Shooter. Thank you for those kind words. Is there anyone else that has anything else to say nice about Linda?
You're the worst type of friend. And I hate your guts. But rest in peace.
May God rest your soul. Oh, Jesus. Wow. Everyone is like, fuck is this guy? Jesus.
I snuck into the funeral, by the way.
God. Oh, wow. Uh-oh. But yeah, so going back, Monica's life was basically ruined. Like at any, if it was any other person, they'd probably kill themselves. It was really that bad.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Nonstop, freaking media following you everywhere you go, wondering to know what the hell's going on. Cameras taking pictures of you and shit. This was before the internet, mind you.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine in this day and age if Joe Biden was sleeping around? Person
ridiculous.
That person would 100% commit suicide. No way.
It'd be everywhere.
Oh my God.
You wouldn't have a time of silence other than your sleep.
Well, even Monica's story was legit worldwide. It wasn't even that was a huge. I was talking to my parents about it because I was watching the first episode with my mom of the show, and I was asking her what was that like at the time. She's like, "Oh my God, Carlos! Literally every single channel you switch to was talking about that
That's
story."
Crazy.
And it's just like Jesus Christ.
Was there an impeachment?
They tried.
So they never successfully did it.
He stayed in the office.
Damn.
They tried. And mind you, during that time too, he was another girl charged him with he went to trial for sexual harassment. And
really?
Yeah. And he wanted to settle.
Damn.
But they still wanted to go.
Bill, man.
Yeah, I know. I know he's goofing up.
We haven't even talked about the Epstein shit
And you
yet.
know, right? Dude, he was on the island too. Holy shit! And you know what's weird?
I'm not trying to
My-
snitch.
you
I'm
know-
not trying to snitch to our viewers, but
But you know what the biggest what the fuck is out of all of this? Hillary stayed throughout all of this.
yeah,
Wow.
good on Hillary. I guess.
Whoa. Jeez.
Damn.
God damn. God damn.
Do you think she was messing around herself though?
Hillary? Who the fuck
Yeah,
she
man.
gonna mess around with?
Man, you're a woman of power, man.
I don't know. I guess. Well, shit. This guy had to look back to make sure. No.
No, but I would think that there's probably like certain people out there that see Hillary Clinton, oh, you're the person of power. You happen to be the first lady. I think that was huge. I think there'd be somebody that'd be willing to.
Yeah, well, I
100%.
mean, sure. I guess there would be some dudes that would find that attractive. You know, if you're a woman.
You know,
of
there's
power.
there's that concept where it's like, oh, there's an audience for everything.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know if she cheated though. She got like, but because the media handed it to her, man. She was.
Oh yeah,
freaking-
I can imagine.
Yeah, so that was fucked. But in terms of Monica, though, she seemed to outgrow it. She seems to make fun of the situation she was in a lot on Twitter. Actually, just recently, I found this out. There was someone posted a question. What was the most high risk, low reward thing you ever did? And Monica's response was just eyes wide open.
Low risk, high reward.
High risk, low
High
reward.
risk, low reward.
Yes,
okay.
sorry. And then she just replied like this, referring to what she did with Bill Clinton, and everyone's just like, "Oh, you're hilarious."
From my understanding, she's taking it really well.
Oh,
Like,
she-
she's using
yeah.
it to her advantage
Oh,
to
well, I
like
mean,
build her
that's-
reputation.
Because as soon
like,
as you hear of the name Monica
Yeah.
Lewinsky, the
Huge.
first thing you go to is
huge. I would love to hang out with her.
Oh, she seems.
I would
good.
love to
I've
listen
seen
to her
interviews,
stories.
I've,
Like,
seen her interviews, and she seems like a really dope person.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would love to, get to know her
Yeah.
and shit. Yeah, but shout out to
shout out to Monica
Monica
Lewinsky.
Lewinsky. Also, a good song by what's his name, St. John. It's a good song. You should check it out. That's my recommendation.
You showed me that dude actually.
Yeah, he's a
St.
good.
John.
He's a nice guy.
He's a great artist.
He's a good guy. Yeah. And apparently they only had sex 9 times.
That's it.
Apparently.
I would have expected a lot more.
Yeah. but
9 times. You have like the Secret Service at the you're like
I don't
snap
think they're
fingers.
gonna. I think
That kind of
he didn't
thing?
trust nobody, man.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess so. What can you do? Oh well. What was I gonna go in? Where are we gonna go into next about the politics? Scandals was a big. Oh, I mean, scandals are every. Oh, well, let's talk about the hidden behind the scenes shit. Since we're going into scandals, what do you think? Do you think? I mean, it's pretty. I think it's pretty knowledgeable that there's some behind the scenes shit going on with the U.S. government. They've probably done some shit.
Are we talking about like Area 51 type shit? Or are we talking about like taking money from big corporations type shit?
Probably both?
So like, are we talking about like all politics are kind of corrupt type of shit?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can agree with that.
yeah. I'd say. I mean, do you think Canada would have like an Area 51 type shit?
Probably.
You think so?
I would think probably in like the Arctic.
Huh? Really?
We just don't have the cold resistant nuts to go up there. Area 50, the US fucked up with putting Area 51 in the desert. Motherfucker,
Yeah.
we're good with hot weather.
Oh fuck! God damn. Say we don't have the testicular fortitude to go up there and speak to the aliens.
I definitely think there's some fucking weird shit going on with government. I think that, but I don't know if it's like maybe all of the movies that we watched growing up and like that kind of like fucks with you. But then you hear about those crazy stories and like how like even like today's things where like Flint, Michigan still doesn't have nice water. Those guys still don't have drinking water in 2021. They got a dope cell phone that can literally
Take pictures,
Yeah.
without the flash.
like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You have a nasty cell phone with AT&T fucking
Yeah.
towers giving you high-speed internet to your fucking device, but you can't get drinking water.
And explain how motherfuckers, are going on the news, taking pictures on their freaking on the walls here at stores when you're going and when someone gets robbed or sexually harassed, how the cameras are fucking only 2 megapixels, but my phone is goddamn 40 megapixels.
Yeah.
Get your shit together, government.
Or me
Or-
and you need to start a camera business.
Oh, that's what we could do with our $600 million.
Exactly.
You get, freaking legit get these motherfuckers caught in 4K. Just the camera, just get the camera quality intact and shit.
What else? Okay, so like not trying to get away from the American government because the American government has some next.
They're scum and they're fucking pieces of shit.
But what do you think the Canadian government has done on some weird shit?
On some weird shit.
Yeah.
Murder, 100%.
Anyone in particular?
Well, I mean, as of the recent news with the whole bodies,
Oh yeah.
I think they definitely have a part.
Oh
in
yeah. And the government had like a
Yeah.
step in. Oh yeah.
that. 100%.
And we've spoken about this in the last.
So
I think,
we're
previous
we're
episodes.
going into conspiracy now, but but I mean,
not how I expected
yeah, this was not. But I mean, I 100% believe the government played a role in that. And you know what was weird? It was a story I heard that the Queen walked with like 50 Aboriginal kids to somewhere, and then the Queen came back herself.
Wild.
It's like
Absolutely wild.
that's only it's a story I heard. I don't know if it's confirmed or not, but like, the dead bodies at the schools was like fucking insane. It made the country look fucking awful.
It's crazy how far we've gotten to say that, like, because now when you see our government like hear those stories, it's like, oh, the Catholic Church,
Yes.
they're the ones to blame.
Yeah.
We need to put our shit in our time and effort into the Catholic Church to get them to give us what we want and like whatever. But it's like, motherfucker, the Catholic Church had such a huge influence in the government and the creation of like countries and like why we rep God in our constitutions and like even in our saying like our fucking national anthems, like that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like conspiracy. Like I hate to get into conspiracy, but it's like there's definitely some fucking weird shit going on. And now we're just trying to blame the Catholic Church when you motherfuckers probably knew,
Oh.
you signed the residential school act approval thing. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit. And it's like 100%. You guys knew.
Ooh.
We just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
I think even there's like certain, I think I read something the other day and like, please correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody out there, please. I'm 100% okay with being wrong. But I think that there was this whole thing about Trudeau's father. So Pierre Elliott Trudeau, like the OG,
gray man that we said.
the gray man that every Canadian happens
And
to
then you just
think is Beatlesque. But he had this whole saying about like how we have to remove Aboriginal children from their communities because we don't want them to end up like savages, like they're adults. And I'm pretty sure that there was some sort of record where he came out and was like, yeah, like if we want these Aboriginal kids to grow up in the society that we think is right, then we have to remove them from their families, ruin their culture by doing what we're doing, whether it's taking their land, creating residential schools, removing them from their own culture and like suppressing the beliefs and concept of like these people.
assimilation.
Yeah. And in that case, it's kind of like, man, like our beloved Pierre Elliott Trudeau president, our fucking prime minister at the time, we love you, but yet you were okay with all this kind of shit. So it's like, there's definitely some fucking weird shit going on.
100%.
And I don't know if it's going on today. It probably is, but
I mean, at the end of the day, these politicians are gonna, obviously try to look for the good for everyone, meaning they're gonna make some evil, bad decisions that are gonna affect not everyone, but a certain group of people, only to, they're gonna make these decisions looking out for everybody. They're gonna be looked at as either evil people or people that are doing good for the country. That's all what politics is just voting for the lesser of lesser evils of every, voting for the lesser evil of all the options. It's just, yeah, they have tough decisions too. It's not like,
Oh yeah.
again, they walk in. It's not like they walk into there thinking, oh, you know what, I'm going to do this, this, and this to look out for, and just shit on the people I dislike the most. Their job is to look out for the country. It's a shitty situation in politics. Would never want to do it myself. Yeah, I can't see myself ever getting involved into it. But oh fuck me, man. That's in terms of conspiracies and shit. You know what's weird is just that the Aboriginal shit, like, is shit that was conspired before. Like, people have definitely discussed it, but like, fuck, that is legit a conspiracy that legit one of a very feared conspiracy that I hoped did not come true. I never had that conspiracy because I never a thought that crossed my mind. But how many bodies did they find?
I have no idea. I don't know the actual.
More, I
don't know
believe
the
it was
number,
more than 100.
but one is too many.
Yeah,
like
100%.
that's absolutely ridiculous.
It's insane.
And I don't think it was ever confirmed on paper being like the government
No.
had any kind of
No,
part
no,
into this, and
no.
they just kind of like, I remember watching some sort of interview with Trudeau being like, oh, we have to put pressure on the Catholic Church for them to release documents on which schools have kids buried under them. And I remember just being like,
he knew that shit.
yeah, you knew, bro. 600 million. We could have hired some archaeologists fucking to go to these
To dig
fucking
up this
residential
shit,
schools to dig these,
a bunch of
rest in-
CSI
yeah.
fucking
like, God, man.
Yeah.
Who's trying to take us out? Like,
Mm.
fuck. But in this case, I do want to talk about the good sides to the government because we've been fucking bashing them. for the
Fuck
last-
that. You remember the Rob Ford scandals? That was funny. That was good shit.
Smoking crack, man.
Smoking crack.
I
Now
do-
that's a mayor I can get behind. Dude. So I know they
He's a
wanted
man
to-
of the people.
I mean, the crackheads. So they wanted to Dundas Square was going to be a thing because apparently Dundas is a slave endorsement.
Oh, how they wanted to change Dundas
Yeah.
Square. Yes. Okay.
So apparently,
Aren't they still doing that?
Yeah, they're still doing it. They're
Okay.
gonna go through with it. But apparently they wanted to change it to Rob Ford's name.
Oh, wow.
But
I don't know.
he was a
that.
crackhead.
Yeah. He was a
Crackhead.
I think he was like an admitted.
Like he
Yeah,
did
I
it.
smoked
He's
some crack.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
smoke crack.
Yeah, smoke
Like,
crack.
haven't you done anything in the drunken stupor? Smoke crack though. Listen, bro.
I've taken 2 needles of heroin
bro,
on
I
a
fucking-
Wednesday.
I've danced, drunk at a club. I've gotten to that one fight. I've gotten to arguments drunk. I've said some dumb shit to females drunk. Not once have I ever been so drunk in my life. I was just like, hey, anybody got a spoon and a needle? Let's do some crack. Let's fucking go for it. Huh?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. I'm not trying to go to a freaking a downtown area where you know what you fucking if it doesn't get named Rob Ford Square, where do you think the crackheads are gonna smoke? Where do you think they're gonna go?
Do you think they should name it Rob Ford?
No.
Okay, good. Let's see. That's absolutely wild.
Oh my god. Fuck no.
Like, rest in peace.
he loved this. He loved
the city.
He did good for the city.
But in this case, definitely not. Sorry.
Come
bro.
on, man.
Sorry, bro.
A
You can
crackhead.
have a circle.
Yeah.
You can have a street name
Yes.
inside a neighborhood or something
not
like that.
one of the
But
biggest
Dundas
streets
Square,
in
that's like
Toronto.
our Times Square.
It is our time.
That is our
literally
Times Square.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah. I'm not trying to chill with a crackhead.
Yeah.
He's a crackhead.
Like,
But God rest his soul. He did all right. He did all right.
can you imagine if they renamed Times Square after like
Marion Barry, even though he's not from New York, he was a crackhead politician and
Marion Barry or like Giuliani?
Oh Jesus Christ! Oh my God.
Juliana Square. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like,
my
imagine that.
God,
All of that
was
shit that
bad.
dude just went through. And
That
I
would
fucking
be-
hate going back to American politics, but like,
You have no choice.
it's such a dramatic.
It's legit
thing.
the best reality TV show on the planet right now. CNN is legit solid reality TV. That's what it is. Like,
God, man.
dude, those Donald Trump years were wild for TV.
It really was.
And it ended with a bang with the whole freaking Washington D.C.
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Can you imagine in your
Storm the
life?
Capitol.
Can you imagine in your life ever seeing shit like that?
Can you imagine if like Canadians stormed Ottawa?
That would be insane.
That'd be wild.
That would be nuts.
I hope we never do it. 'Cause I'm really hoping
I don't
that
think
we're
it'll ever be that bad.
civilized individuals.
Yeah, we're fine. I don't think we'd ever be that bad. Like you won't like that shit cannot happen everywhere. Like, I mean, I don't know about you. If that happened in my country, there would be no goddamn store. That'd be freaking all right. Get out the get out the M80s, boys. It's shoot on a rifle. Anyone else have any business?
A Carlos Coupe, man.
Yeah, man. Just dude, all right, got me a kill streak, boys. Oh shit. Let's go. All right, get it. Bring in the chopper. No, man. Dude,
I was recently talking to one of my homegirls' sisters-in-law, and she lives in Italy. She went there for school, fell in love with it, decided to reside in Italy. I think she's going to be there for the rest of her life, but she was in Canada visiting. And I remember just talking to her about like who she hangs out with out there. And she was like, you know what? Like the younger generation, Italy is very, very political. Like they all protest. They all like, they all vote like very, very like thing, or like they try to do as many protests as possible, try to get into politics as much as possible. It's just like a thing over there because they care that much about their government. Whether the government's screwing them, I'm not 100% sure. But she was like, there's way more of an interest for the younger generation to get into politics over there because of the way their society works, or like how they're raised and like, you know, what affects their schools and stuff like that. She was telling me how they even have this, I think it's like a holiday out there where the kids actually kick the teachers out of school just to protest for the day, to like to show the power of like society and like how we have the ability to protest and go against the government kind of thing. So literally like, the teachers are for it. The teachers literally step out of the school one day, the kids all go into the school, they lock the doors of the school, and this is like I think like across Italy, or like at least some of the major ones. And then please tell me if I'm wrong. But there's the teachers like kind of just sit outside for the day. The kids sit and protest and sing songs and that kind of shit inside the school. So it's almost like part of their blood out there. And I think that that's one of the things that we lack in Canada, because either we don't feel that our government's screwing us enough, either because we don't have a fucking reality television show of our fucking politicians in comparison to America, but then you still have blackface fucking politicians like winning fucking.
I believe this is his third time winning.
So it's like absolutely ridiculous. But the one thing I want to get into, it's like, get political. One of the things that me and Carlos were speaking about earlier is that now that we're getting older, like I could care less about politics when I was 16. But now that we're actually at the age where we happen to make money and our money goes into certain like funding,
We're
and
looking for homes,
homes,
apartments,
all the stuff that happens to matter.
cars.
It depends on who's in power at that point in time, you know, whether it's the money that you keep in your pocket, where your money happens to go within the government. It's super, super important for us, especially at this age, and even to spread it to the younger generation to really care about politics in general. So jokes aside, and I know I'm probably going way too deep into this right now in this tangent, but I want the younger generation to get into politics. I want this podcast to be able to kind of spread it. And at least if it even just opens your mind of exactly fucking where your money's going, definitely start looking into it because politics is very, very important. Get out there and vote, like we said in our previous episode. But just be involved. Definitely be involved. And if you aren't involved, stop criticizing that shit. That's all I gotta say for now. That was a little bit too deep. That was probably like a good end thoughts.
Well, here's my end thoughts. I actually saw this clip today of a man that said it. Democracy is for the people and by the people, but the people are retarded. His words, not mine.
Who said this?
That's some dude. I don't know. Quote me on that. And in a book. Some dude, I don't know. But yeah, I was watching a clip and I'm like, yeah, that makes about yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, politics, man. Do research before you ever vote again. I cannot stress this enough. Don't just go because a guy's handsome or because he's funny or because these jokes or makes good TV. That's not really something to we aren't trying to have a Donald Trump over here.
Definitely
People
not.
clearly are not happy with Trudeau being prime minister. Oh, did you have
No, I'll bring it up after. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. Okay. All right. But yeah, we're not trying to have a Donald Trump over here. So please do your research. Focus on the things that matter to you. If you're trying to find a house and there's a guy running for prime minister that's trying to make it cheaper, look into that person, see if they're good for you, then vote for them. You know what's we should definitely talk about how Canadian voting works here too. You don't actually vote for that prime minister or the person.
No.
You vote for, what is it, the minister?
So it's like the MP within a
MP.
specific riding,
Yes,
I think it's
that
called,
yes.
or like a specific municipality.
Yes. And then you have to vote for that person and whoever gets the most,
Seats.
whatever team gets the most seats.
within Parliament,
Yes. That
party happens to win
win.
the prime minister
Which I
role.
think what is your thoughts on that? I think that's ridiculous.
I don't know, man.
That's
I think it's just like a thing of history.
Yeah, but still, dude, history
Like-
change. They're trying to change Dundas Street's name. They're changing history. Change the vote thing.
The thing is, so like, even if
I don't know who the hell.
like,
dude,
doesn't it work sort of the same way in the States? Those guys vote for their specific
no,
parties
they
within the
vote
States?
for the president in the States.
Interesting.
Yeah, because the conservative guy I voted for, his name is Daniel Lee. Who the fuck is Daniel Lee? I don't know. Where was he during the debates? Where was he? Kissing it. Oh, come here, little baby. Mwah. Yeah, go vote for Daniel Lee. Woo! I don't fucking know. There's an Asian dude running for the fantastic. Yo, what are your thoughts on this? That's amazing. But I've never seen this dude a day in my life, and I'm supposed to vote for you. I'm voting for Aaron O'Toole to do
you're
some
right.
shit. You know that?
You're
It
right.
makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, just dude, if we're gonna vote for our MPs, at least have the MPs go around say what their thoughts are on the matter if they agree with the conservative.
Definitely a huge flaw that we happen to have in Canadian politics.
It's
I think that
what the shit?
a lot of these MPs and for anybody who's not listening that's not Canadian, for any of these MPs that don't have funding to go door to door or to put a commercial out there that is going to broadcast to your specific riding, I don't think they have I don't know if they don't put in the effort or they just don't have the money for it, or all of the party's money goes towards funding advertising that leader.
It was
the leader.
$600 million. What money do you need?
Was it $600 million of just the Liberals' money, or $600 or $600 million of taxpayers' money to run the thing? But there's still contributors that would contribute to
for sure.
the NDP,
Yeah,
Conservative Party.
For sure.
So it's if I went to Daniel Lee
Right.
and was yo, Daniel, Danny,
Danny boy.
Here's
what's
$100
up?
million. Go put a commercial out to your specific riding,
Right.
and make sure that you win the seat.
Mm.
I don't think they got money like that, man.
Well, I mean, the thing is, because I had people come to my place to tell me, like, hey, liberals are running. What are your thoughts on this? And then I just told them, I don't know who this Daniel Lee nigga is, but I'm trying to,
That's my name.
Yeah, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know who the dude is, but that's
disrespect to
my.
you, that's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Daniel Lee.
Now get off my
You know,
doorstep.
Get off my doorstep before we had trouble. Then I grabbed the shotgun and then I'm like, now get out of here. Get out of here. Goddamn liberals. That was my thought. That was my thing. I went from really
And
progressive
that happened on the 19th
Yeah.
for the election.
and that was the 19th, and I voted Daniel Lee, but we lost. And
So in this case, one of the interesting things, and one of the things I want to talk about and open this up to our audience as well, it's like, how do you vote? Do you vote based off of the person that you think is going to lead the way? So did we think that Aaron O'Toole was the best possible person to like get what we wanted? Or do you vote in relation to what the party would represent aside from the leader?
well, yeah,
How do
that's a
you
good
vote?
question.
Because I think that's a really good political question for people that are trying to get into politics, whether you're picking and choosing exactly how you vote. Like Carl said, do your research. What do you think the party, like your interest in relation to what you think you would put your money towards? How do you vote? Do you vote for the individual? Do you vote for the Donald Trump because you like the concept of a wall? Do you vote for Biden because you like that he doesn't say that much? You know? Do you vote for Trudeau because he can come out and fucking do some stupid shit like blackface? Do you vote for Aaron O'Toole because he looks like a tool? Like, I think he is kind of a tool.
Is he?
He is kind of like a tool, like I don't know. I feel like he's like a conservative puppet, but I guess like that's all politicians.
That's all of them. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not
That's all
gonna.
of them.
But in this case, it's like, do you vote for the person or do you vote for the policies of what that party happens to uphold? And I think that that's something that I want to be able to open up to everybody that happens to be listening, and anybody that's trying to get into politics. How do you see this going? Do you vote for the best possible person?
Well, I guess it's again, like, it's just going back. It's the lesser, it's voting for the lesser of the evils that are up there. You know what I mean? It's the lesser evils. It's all it comes down to. It's not, it's the best of whatever options we have. I mean, they could all be pieces of shit, but it's just a matter of, all right, who's the piece of shit that, at least has some of my points that I'm going to agree with. I can vote for this person, but they'll agree with one point that I have, which I resonate with strongly, but they can do everything, that everything else that is, I don't agree with. Whereas this person can do a bunch of points that are great, and I certainly am for, but then there's that one big point that I absolutely am not for. So it's all these things that you have to juggle and really look into. So, and you have to really consider that. You can't really base it on I guess you can base it on the person, because you can tell who's a piece of shit or not, I guess, based off of how they speak to the press and
your own personal experience, or like talking to
experience.
people in general,
Yeah.
right? Like, you are the best judge at somebody else's character. You may not be 100% correct.
Right.
I've definitely judged people in a certain way that I didn't think, who they actually are in relation to politics, in relation to relationships that you happen to have. But you as an individual, you can make a decision based off of how the person acts in the press, whatever it may be. But then yet again, how do you vote, and what do you stand by, and like, what are your beliefs in relation to funding of a system? And that all goes into voting, which is super, super important, because it affects you as a citizen within your country. It affects your, if you plan on having kids, how your school system works, like how your neighborhood's cleaned up.
Expensive as fuck.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like how your housing market is, and like it affects everything. So it's super, super important for you to be somewhat involved, at least if you're listening, and then go and get your name out there by voting.
the election passed, but
Yeah.
just for the next one. All right. For the next one, just focus on that. That being said, final thoughts. I guess you had your final thoughts, or do you still have any other final thoughts?
I'll just go out and vote, man. Or like go do some research.
Yeah.
Definitely do look into it at least a little bit because it is super important. No matter what party, I'm not sitting here judging you for what party you're gonna vote for,
Yeah,
but
I
at
mean-
least if you've done your research in the background and you fully truly believe in your heart that that is the party that you're going to vote for, then all for it, man. Like do what you need to do, but it's like at least be involved as a citizen. Don't feel like your vote's not going to count because it really does. Even if in a population of however millions of people that we happen to have in Canada, it's like it is an important thing. So that's my final thought. What about you, Carlos?
You know what? Voting is important, but let's not forget that just because one person is conservative, just because you may be a liberal and the person you're talking to is a conservative, does not mean you can't be friends. You should not let your viewpoints in politics differentiate who you hang out with. That makes no sense.
Well said.
Not at all. Not at all.
That's the best thing I've heard all day.
It makes absolutely no sense to me. Just because you feel this way about one thing and then they feel about, that's not how that works. Martin Luther King did not speak on that goddamn podium for that. He wanted us to come together because of our differences, not because we have to agree on the same thing. We can think differently, but also come together to agree on the things that matter. Okay, politics is not something that is something that you should be revolving in your head all the time. There's sports. Okay, there's drinks. There's women. There's prostitutes. Did anyone?
There's men.
There's. Did any of the politicians say anything about prostitution? Like, what are the thoughts on that?
I have no idea. I'll be honest with you.
The conservatives are probably against that, huh?
I would think so.
I'm really glad the liberals won. But yeah, there's no, honestly, and all jokes aside, please, like, think of it this way. I know for the Donald Trump era, for those Americans, were probably the toughest that they may have gone through because of the division of the voters. Because there's probably some voters who truly like the fact that he was a racist. Although again, I just feel as a narcissist. We'll get into that later. But get their side of why they wanted Trump to vote. Because I know people who were Trump supporters who had very valid reasons for voting for the way they did. They wanted, their tax monies to go down. They wanted more money, more,
for jobs in
more
America.
jobs in America. You know what I mean? They wanted, Trump to increase that, and apparently he did. There was quite a bit of jobs that increased, and people
he had
were
to
happy
do some
with that.
good.
You had to. I mean, come on. But at the same time, you have to really just get their point of view. Don't let someone just say, "Oh, I'm a Republican." No, goodbye. We're done. I have nothing to say to you. No. Get their side. Why are you a Republican? See where their point is. See where you, and then I'm sure there is at least one thing that you both can agree on in terms of the politics. So take that in consideration. Don't let that differentiate you. That's my thought.
That was beautifully said. I think that was your best.
Wow.
I gotta say, I think that was your best speech, soliloquy thing that we've had in all of our podcasts. History.
Whoa,
I gotta say that was the best thing I've heard in a long time.
Thank you. Huh. Then take a picture. You sack of shit. I'm gonna fucking destroy you.
Kang and Kodos.
I'm gonna destroy you, you sack of shit, you piece of shit.
But in this case, that's our politics episode.
Yeah.
Well, usually we do. We've been trying to end up with the recommendations. So you want to give yours?
Sex Education season 3 came out. If you guys are into that show, it's about this dude who starts this, going in back. He goes to school. He has these two friends, and he ends up, and his mother is a sex therapist, and he ends up, with his mother teaching him some shit. So then his school is, in high school, sex is
Okay.
so he basically starts this side business where he gives sex advice to these high schoolers, those who are insecure, those who don't know what the hell they're doing during sex, or those who have questions. He basically starts that, makes some dough on the side, and then it just starts this whole shebang thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's on Netflix right now. You can check it out. Brooklyn Nine-Nine last season came on Netflix. You can also check that out. Music wise, I know Lil Nas X, if you're into him, you can check him out. That's about it for me. What about you?
I got two things.
Uh-oh.
Before our podcast today, me and Carlos had a lovely dinner.
Okay.
So I would like to give a shout out to the absolutely stunning, great, wonderful tasting. They put so much effort into their food. There's this little Mexican restaurant on College Street called La Cantina.
Yeah.
Beautiful food. The people who actually own it, I believe, and work there are absolutely stunning. They're wonderful. A pleasure to be around, and the food is delicious. So if you're ever around College Street, La Cantina, it's a great place. They make great drinks as well.
Check it out.
We had tacos there.
Solid.
And my other one, which I actually got from you, but supposedly Drew Hill might be doing a versus.
Jesus Christ, we're gonna
with
get into this.
all of these other
All
R&B.
right. Dude, do you know who he picked? Did you see who he picked? Dude, they
with all of these other
Jagged Edge,
R&B artists.
Jagged Edge, 112, Jodeci. Stop.
Everyone knows.
Dude,
and if
all
you
they
don't
have
know,
to perform is Stay, and it's a wrap.
you know who I feel about Drew Hill.
All right.
So if Drew Hill does a versus against these other groups,
Jodeci?
then I just want to let you know I will
Jagged
be
Edge?
watching it.
Are you insane?
I will be watching
No way.
Cisco
Okay.
Enter the Dragon
All
on
right.
the trophy
All right.
because they'll be taking it home.
No
That's all I gotta say.
way. No. Dude, any one of those groups would destroy Drew. You can't be serious. There's no way. I can't agree with that. Do you truly think Drew Hill would win on one of them? Against one of them? At least one of those bands?
Do I even have my Drew Hill CD here?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Here we go.
I got the Drew Hill CD. This is my favorite CD. This thing right here.
Yeah, that could be our picture for this week's episode.
This thing right here. This is my favorite CD. Hold and dear. Oh, where the fuck is the CD?
The CD's gone. Cut the camera.
But in that note, thank you for coming. I think this was a really informative episode. I think it was pretty funny as well.
Well, it's the last one, so we might as well kick it off with a bang. With that being said, I'm Carlos.
And I'm Ryan.
And this has been The Blank with Carlos and Ryan. Fill it in. Rocks out with their cocks out.
Dope.